Oh my god, I don't know where to start. Looks like I have to start this year with a Switch. Anybody? Okay, let's start this. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Geek Box. My name is Aiden Cannon, and yes, we're talking about the presentation that occurred on January 12th, 2017, which was, I don't know, yesterday at 11, but I couldn't stay awake, so I watched it today after I started this podcast. So, the Nintendo Switch is going to be released on March 3, 2017. It's gonna be with a retail price of $299.99 US to be exact, which is $3,300. Oh my god, $3,000, that'll be like a steal from Nintendo. But no, it's gonna be $300. There's gonna be online features, but then you'll have to start paying like the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I imagine that you're gonna have a membership, and yeah, it's gonna suck having to pay just to play with friends online. But the good thing is that there won't be any region lock, so I'm gonna be playing all those Japanese games and learning more about their language. Yeah, so my personal opinions of the Nintendo Switch, it looks like a promising console. They took all of those past consoles from Nintendo, the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo, which, oh my god, okay, let's start with the NES, which had the A and B button. Then with the Super Nintendo came the X and Y button, which is the two upper buttons that they had below. Then the Nintendo 64 introduced the analog stick, and the Nintendo GameCube had the handles in the back. Then Nintendo Wii revolutionized the motion controllers, and the Nintendo Wii U revolutionized the little pad that they had in the screen. Oh, I'm also forgetting that the Nintendo DS also played a role with the touch device and the handheld, and the Game Boy also. And looks like the Nintendo Switch is going to be having a lot that it offers for those new and old players. Like, for example, the Nintendo Switch will provide all the past Nintendo consoles, which is kind of cool. You know, old school gamers, like they were born with the NES era, are going to enjoy this console for the fullest. And it has modes like the TV mode, where you can play it on your TV, you know, with the controllers and everything. They will have a tabletop, which is a little contraption that they have on the back of the system, which lets you play on the tabletop. And they have another mode, which is the take on the go. When they first introduced the Nintendo Switch, that is going to be a hybrid console. That's going to be both home console and a on-the-go console, you know, like the Game Boy and the 3DS. And that's really cool, but in my opinion, I will use it more for home console, because that's how I like when I'm seeing the games. Of course, the other thing that in the presentation presented that kind of outstanding to me is the Joy controllers that the Switch is going to have. And what are these Joy controllers? Well, let's just say that they're the controllers that you can take it apart from the system, and you can use it as two separate Wii remotes, but it's gonna have a new design and a new way of game. So the crazy thing about these controllers is that they have more buttons. They each include their analog stick with the left and right trigger, which is wow. So it offers more than what a Nintendo Wii remote offers, which is a smart move by Nintendo. So I think that's all that comes out with the Nintendo Switch. So Another thing that I wanted to talk about is what the Nintendo Switch products configuration brings. You have the Nintendo Switch, you have the left and right Joy controllers, you have the wrist strap, which helps you keep the balance of the hands and it doesn't slip and cracks the screen of a computer or a television. There's also going to be the Nintendo Switch dock, which lets you play on the TV with its own HDMI cables and charger. That's pretty amazing. Another thing the Nintendo Switch is gonna have is its own Pro controller, which is going as what happens with the Wii U is going to come out separately. You have to buy it separately. Yeah, it's not gonna be included, but for $300, I almost say 3,000. I'm sorry, but I'm not feeling any shy. I feel really comfortable of doing this presentation / podcast because I'm actually telling you my personal opinions and like a short detail of the Nintendo Switch and the presentation. So, let's go out and talk about the games that Nintendo Switch offers. The first one being 1 and 2 Switch, which is like mini games that involves the Joy controllers. And the really thing that outstands me the most is that you don't have to look at the screen to enjoy this game. As the way that they explained it in the presentation is that you have one piece of the Nintendo Joy and your friend has the other piece of Enjoy. And let's just say that you guys are, playing table tennis and the Joy controller acts like the paddle of the table tennis, and it plays so invisibly that it looks like you're in the game, which is kind of outstanding. Another great move by Nintendo. It kind of blew my mind. I want to know how that comes out after its release. I'm really excited. Another game that they introduced is ARMS, which is like boxing, but the characters have like these springs in their arms, and you kind of like box, and the springs comes out, and just think of it as Luffy from One Piece throwing up punches, but instead there are two Luffys, and you have to fight with the springs and all of that stuff. So the third game that they introduced is Splatoon 2, which is okay. I might as well think of it as the original Splatoon, only that this one has bigger arenas, bigger weapons, more modes to play, and yeah, what can I say? It's Splatoon, but even better, and it's for the Nintendo Switch. You can take it at home or take it on the go, and it really doesn't matter. You can actually play with friends, online or offline, but your friends have to have a Nintendo Switch, which is another problem that I stumble upon until the presentation, because most of my friends cannot afford bigger consoles, and most of my friends have like PS4 or Xbox One, and it kind of makes me feel like I'm not going to be enjoying these games with my friends because they have separate consoles, they have, not the right system. But I don't know how's that going to change. Probably the future, the Nintendo Switch will have to lower its price because, well, first of all, I don't know. I first have to find the money to get the console first, But it depends. I'm gonna see in the near future if the Nintendo Switch can at least drop a little bit of its price. First of all, I heard the rumors in the online saying that the Switch is gonna cost less, like $250, but no, that's a lot. And it kind of disappointed me. Anyway, I think we have time for another game. we have this game, the 4th game installment of the presentation, which is Super Mario Brothers 4. It's the same thing as the game, and I'm just joking. It's called Super Mario Odyssey, which, imagine if Mario goes to the real world. And no, I'm not talking about Super Mario Brothers, the movie, which stank like a piece of kid writing a storyboard that wasn't even examined by teachers. No, but Super Mario Odyssey takes place in the Mushroom Kingdom. Well, not in the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario needs to get out of the Mushroom Kingdom and goes out in the real world and the forest, and he has a lot to accomplish. Just imagine, like, if Super Mario Galaxy, it's like Mario in space, but this Mario Odyssey, it's in the real world. You get to interact with cars, buildings, new coins, which kind of looks like the triangles. I bet if you combine them together, they'll make the Triforce. Who can blame? And there was another game that outstanded me the most, which is Xenoblade 2. No, not Chronicles, but I played the first one on the Wii. I loved it. I want more Xenoblade. The Wii U version, Xenoblade Chronicles X, I haven't really played it. I wanted to, before I get to the sequel. But, if I get to have the Nintendo Switch, I just skip to the X one and start with a brand new, fresh one, Another game that caught my attention, and I'm really so excited about, is a game which includes one of my favorite characters in my favorite game, which is Travis Touchdown, from a violent game that came out on the Wii, which is No More Heroes. And I seriously don't have much to say about this game because they didn't talk to it so much, but Suda51 was there. He was excited. I really wish if there was another No More Heroes game, I wanted to let it know. It's so good. I bet it's gonna have the same name, No More Heroes, but this time 3, with some random title screen. And Skyrim, it came out on the PS3 and Xbox 360. Now he's having a Nintendo Switch released. It's pretty exciting because now I can express the game with my friends, which are really big Elder Scroll gamers. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The Nintendo Switch looks kind of promising. It's a really great move by Nintendo, especially since his marketing with the Nintendo Wii U didn't work out so well. I kind of wish him the best of luck of Nintendo. I know I'm getting out of time, but I'm going to give the Nintendo Switch a chance. And if I have the money, I will definitely buy it. I will have to surpass over $400 in my bank account if I want to get it. But I think that's it. Thank you for joining me on the Geek Box, and we'll see you the next time. There will be a part 2, probably. But who knows? Maybe I will do it. That depends on you guys. Anyway, see you around. Bye.